Oh,
Hi, everybody. I'm here with Anthony, who we're going to do a short question and answer again today. What's going on, Anthony?
hi, Sylvia. I just found some interesting quotes that I'd be interested in their response, basically. That's all.
Okay, good. So we'll open up to the group of 100 and see what we get. Okay.
Mhm.
Yes, we are here, dear ones. Greetings, greetings, greetings on this fine day. Blessed be to all. What a wonderful, wonderful day on planet Earth for you all. We embrace you all. We commend you all for staying on your journeys. And we look forward to the questions that Anthony has for us today. Greetings.
Greetings and welcome. I found some interesting quotes that I particularly like. I'll read each one out, and I'd be interested if you could comment or expand on these topics, basically. Quote number one. There is a road, steep and thorny, beset with perils of every kind, but yet a road, and it leads to the very heart of the universe. I can tell you how to find those who will show you the secret gateway that opens inwardly only and closes fast behind the neophyte forevermore. There is a danger that dauntless courage cannot conquer. There is no trial that spotless purity cannot pass through. There is no difficulty that strong intellect cannot surmount. For those who win onward, there is a reward past all telling, the power to bless and save humanity. For those who fail, there are other lives in which success may come. And do you know who that is from?
No, indeed.
Uh, H.P. Blavatsky.
Aha. Blavatsky. Madame Blavatsky. Yes,
Yes.
indeed. Aha, a great teacher, the beginning of the Theosophy Society. Yes, indeed. Yes. Well, what can we say about this? This is, I feel, as you were reading it, there is little more to say
Mm.
because this is, whether we call it the truth, it is certainly the truth of planet Earth. Indeed. As we have said many times before, that Earth has been very much a school planet, that beings from other galaxies have chosen and been elected to come here for specific learnings in the body, being in the body, specific learnings that only this harsh, dualistic environment that has been created on planet Earth prior to the shift currently underway, that of course has carried very, very strong learnings. And for those souls wishing to test themselves fully, they did indeed put their hands up to be part of this life at this time on the planet. And indeed, they have been challenged in the ways described in this quote, which is the greatest courage, the greatest activation of the mind, the greatest expansion of the heart, and the greatest strengthening of divine will and access to divine will, in the sense that the pilgrim surrenders this aspect of the will to their divine and their higher self overshadowing. So, yes, we do indeed feel the truth in this large and meaty quote that you offered us, Anthony. What do you feel about it?
Um, it's this inward opening door aspect to it that most people
Aha.
seem to realize. Because everything is so outward bound. Everything is our senses that we see, feel, and touch. And basically, to find your true self is you have to actually go within.
Indeed. And indeed, we do look around your planet and we see so many of those working in full heart and light and on the path who are finding their way to this open door through trauma or tragedy or brilliance or allowing in the light many triggers for this door opening. And then there are those we see who are still trying to live from the mind, trying to understand and put the pieces together of what they see around them, and trying to apply the old rules to an ever-changing world. And we do see that eventually they will realize, or perhaps it will come upon them, that this can no longer be done on this planet. The lift from the third dimensional frequency to the fifth says all are rising to the light. All are opening this inner door at this time. The inner door will open or be opened for every willing soul on this planet. Indeed, the frequencies on this planet, which have never been here in the history of this planet before, are almost as if we are seeing a picture of many neon signs with large arrows going, here's the door, here's the door, here's a door, over here there's a door. So it's like the guidance to find the entry point into the inner door at this time is everywhere if you seek it. And as we know, in the olden days, it was only the initiates and the ones who spent their lives in the caves fasting who spent many, many, many years getting to the point of walking through the open door into the internal life and then surrendering to it. But now it is available for every man and woman and child and every being on this planet. And this is why it is such a fruitful time of harvest and homecoming for so many on this planet at this time. Yes.
Very nice. Okay, quote number 2. This is a shorter one. Waking up to who you are requires letting go of who you imagine yourself to be. And that's Alan Watts. And letting go simply means releasing the grip of rigid self definitions and embracing the fluidity of your true nature.
Yes. These are all very powerful words that you are using now, Anthony, and this idea of Mr. Alan Watts in his quote, yes, the fluidity of the human nature. This is why the element of water is the leader of the new age and the portal and the pathway for all moving forward at this time, because it shows humanity in the work of the Japanese, the Hado, and the work of the Veda Austin and other beings of light working with the water at this time. This is showing very much that human thought and feeling is constantly imprinting on the environment around us, and that water is indeed a record keeper of humanity's journey and the individual soul's journey. And it is also a conductor linked in energetically to the same frequencies of telepathy, for example. It is something that is shared along these frequency waves between humans across the planet, and the grids that it is capable of refreshing and renewing and creating These are all grids metaphorically or actually connected to this element of water. And of course, the principle of fluidity and change, and this profound sense of the changing of form, of which water, of course, is the master, from liquid to ice to steam, that it passes through these elements via the energetic of heat or lack of, that it moves into solid matter, that it moves into air. It carries within it all the other elements. And beyond that, it carries within it the energy of the fifth element, the ether, where thought and feeling enter into this frequency of the water and inform it. So in the same way, humans who are made, we say, so much of water, are constantly able to shift and move their energetic selves. The thing that gets in the way, of course, here is, of course, the so-called monkey mind, the tendency to overthink, the thing that is given a lot of attention at the moment on the planet, which has got all these names like panic attacks and anxiety thinking and all these sort of new conditions that perhaps were not as once named or as current. Even the need for man to name behaviors such as ADHD and these peculiarities in the human system, really they are all describing the one thing, that each human being is a profound, unique essence, and that a human being in the current planet, and the newborns especially, are not the ones that they were some generations ago. They are indeed beings who have come in with higher coding to assist the planet move into its new world. And so therefore they cannot be understood or read by current systems. And it is as if every human being, however normal or mundane we may feel ourselves to be, the human beings, this is the channel here talking, this is to understand that dimensional activity is at work within us, and that we really cannot know the outcome. And this because we are reforming. Humanity is being reformed into the new human, which we know is no longer carbon-based, but crystalline-based. And it carries with it the potential for all the arising and the returning of great gifts, great memory, great understanding of one's personal and spiritual and ancestral lineage. There is much wonder occurring in this form of the human at this time. And it is hard to think, how can I surrender to that? How can I let myself change? Thinking will never get you there. It is not something that can be thought. It is just present moment living, present moment breathing, anchoring the body onto the Mother Earth, receiving her gifts, breathing the air, and spending time opening the inner doorway to your guidance, to your higher self, to your guidance teams of angelics or galactic family, all of these who are willing to work with you at this time. Particularly, of course, the eternal creator, the God source. The clearer you can access this channel, the more you will receive truths which feel very solid in your being. And this indeed is the pathway we believe Alan Watts is doing in his very succinct statement, this description on how to allow the shift to enter your being at this time. Does that resonate,
Mm.
Anthony?
Yes, it does. That was fantastic. That
Mm.
was really good. Um, for some reason, this little quote grabbed my attention. I don't know really why. Mainly, I think because of the turmoil that a lot of people are going through, or the turmoil in the news, or the media, or the political things. And I saw this little quote, and I thought, every kingdom divided against itself is laid waste, and no city or house divided against itself will stand.
Yes,
Now, of all things, that's Matthews 12:25.
yes. Well, this is ancient wisdom, is it not?
Mm,
And this is indeed being played out on planet Earth at this time. And this is the learning, is it not? It has been the learning over the last 5 years during the COVID era that much separation occurred within family, and much destruction occurred within friendships, and in the end, many people have come full circle, those who have persevered and who have retained the relationships with their beloveds. They find that at this current time, there is not actually, there are ways to bridge, there are ways to open the embracing heart and to find the bridging still at this moment in history, and for the next couple of years certainly, where if willingness is there, all humanity, whatever side, whichever stance is held, there can still be dialogue if the heart is willing. And indeed, it is these houses that are possibly, we are starting from the smallest microcosm. Certainly the individual within themselves must find peace in their opposing sides, and then the house and the family they live within. If you can find a way to persevere, you will find that healing comes about and that a new form of unity occurs, something which allows this family, this household, to travel forward together. Over time, if people are truly unable to find a dialogue and a meeting, there will be a separation of paths. But we have now 2 or 3 years on this planet, which is a time in which each individual is allowed time, encouraged to find their own personal timeline, to find their own personal path. And indeed, in a way, to build the houses, to build the new structures with those of full alignment. Because in any household where there is full alignment of beings within, these will be the ones that are the bastion of the new earth, and that will build the new earth, where there is heart aligned, source aligned creation coming from this energy indeed. Does that answer?
yes.
Any thoughts do we feel? Yes.
Yes.
So,
And the final one I've got is more of a bit of a statement, and I'd just be interested on what you think of it. When people say we as humans are only using 10% of our brain, but in reality we use 100%, but not all at the same time. The brain is just the hardware. Consciousness is the code. That is what has been dimmed, distracted, and disconnected. If we tapped into the full potential, we would remember things we had forgotten. We would hear without ears. We would see without eyes, feel without limits to the body. This is not about unlocking the brain. It's about unlocking more of you. Advice on how to achieve this? Start by getting quiet. Not just outside, but inside. The full spectrum of consciousness does not shout, it whispers. You awaken it when you follow your deepest curiosity. Sit with uncomfortable truths. Trust what you have, feel more than you have been taught. Breathe like you breathe is a gateway. Let go of who you were taught to be. But most of all, question everything, even reality itself.
Yes, and who is this quote from?
Well, who do you think it might be from?
Well, it feels very familiar. I don't know. Yes.
This is actually Grok. No,
Uh,
not Grok, sorry. This is Chat GPT.
oh, my
But
goodness.
someone's unlocked it.
Yes.
So that's my thought. And so my question to you is this sounds very right and well connected, but
Yes. Well, Mr. Grok, Mr. Jack GB has gathered the wisdom of the ages, which is certainly out there in all forms of writing and study and is available to any person. And this is what the AI has the potential of doing at its best, and when it is aligned and ideally working in alignment with the clear intention of the human.
hmm,
Uh, this is a very thorough and wonderful statement indeed, and it encompasses many thoughts that we have heard from many human teachers over many eons. Yes, this is indeed ancient wisdoms and very current truths all mixed together. And indeed, as it says from your first quote, it is the opening of the inner doorway that really is the turning point, is it not, for this shift, for and because within this inner world lies these deeper curiosities, lies these deeper passions, lies this willingness to be in flow. When these things are approached from the mind, they have an inbuilt limitation with them. And this refers to the idea of what humanity has been told is, you only have this little bit of functional DNA.
hmm,
But of course, what the dark ones called junk DNA for so long, so as to lead humanity away from their enormous potential, which has always been here, but it was taken offline. And now it is coming back online as the DNA strands are cleansed and the solar energy is constantly cleansing and purifying and strengthening and returning people's DNA and aligning strands slowly, one by one. And of course, many of the strands, as we have said before, will be returning at the time of the solar flashes. And this great consciousness, this great memory, this great understanding of the enormity of the soul that is actually accessed within this humble human body, well, this marvelous vessel that is the human body, all of this understanding will be returned to mankind, to human culture. And this will indeed be a time of great celebration. Yes. So we feel that we will release channel now. How is that sufficient for your question?
yes, that was pretty much all my things that I wanted to sort of ask right at the moment. Anyway.
So we commend you on finding these very, very beautiful and timely thoughts and questions to offer all those who will hear this at a later date, and such beautiful words and such clear expression of these pathways that are available to those on planet Earth at this time. So we honour you greatly for your work, and we will release channel now. Much love, as always. Blessings to all who hear this, and we will speak again.
And thank you.
Goody good. Wow, they were beautiful words, Anthony.
Mm.
Ah, gorgeous. Yeah, really lovely mix. Beautiful. So I hope you find some interest in that today, folks. And we look forward to seeing you again. Okay, lots of love.